When you make a contribution to something that's taxed as a partnership, it's a contribution in exchange for partnership interest that is typically, not always, but typically a non-taxable event. Okay. There's a whole, and I am not a partnership tax expert by any means. I let the guys at the big firms figure that out. But um, in terms of how the tracking of that basis inside the partnership can be tricky. But for fund managers who are experienced in doing that, um, let's say they've got a package of assets that they're about to close on, and your client's got $10 million sitting in a like kind exchange. Your client can say, I've got to buy an interest in real property. So they'll actually close on a portion of those assets and buy and be an owner of those minerals. They've done a good exchange. They sold real property. They bought an interest in real property. When they do that, they know on the front end, hey, I'm not real good at managing this stuff. I'm not sophisticated. I need somebody like Tim or one of these other fund to manage this on my behalf. So they come up with a management agreement that says, while I hold these, I'm going to own them because I need to own them, but I want you to be the guy that collects all the revenue checks and checks my division orders and does all those things, responds to AFE, whatever it is that, they're looking at, they're managing that asset on their behalf. At some point, I may say, I'm tired of that management agreement. I just want to own an interest in the fund because the fund is diversified. These are just this set up wells, and what I'd really like to be in is the whole diversified portfolio. How about I contribute those to you, and that contribution in exchange for partnership interest, again, is a non-taxable event. And so I did a like kind of exchange, and then I did a contribution to a partnership. And it's really important that you distinguish between those two things. It doesn't all happen at once.